Hello everyone, Mobius1 here again, doing another Star Wars Galaxies emulator tutorial, I suppose this is. I'm standing here out front of the South Coronet Mall, which I made a feature of in my vendor shopping tutorial. And today, or in this episode, just going to be a quick episode on SEAs. SEAs, which stands for Skill Enhancement Attachments, are broken into two categories, which I mentioned in my last video in full suits of armor and mini suits, which are clothing attachments and armor attachments. They're also called skill tapes. So if you ever see someone say if anyone's ever talking about SEAs, AAs, CAs, skill tapes, this video, they're all basically the same, and this video is going to cover what they are and how you use them. First thing we're going to need is a piece of clothing with sockets. Let me see here. Perfect. Vendor, 4-socket gear. So let's see what this guy's got on him. An Abyss Armor shirt with 4 sockets. You know what? Let's get some of these leather gloves. Are they black? They are black. Perfect. 2,500 credits. I can afford that. Let's buy these 4-socket black gloves. Okay, so these should be in my inventory now, and they are. Perfect. So when I click on these gloves in my inventory, you'll see it says sockets available 4. Now, clothing doesn't have any stats necessarily associated with it by default. So these gloves don't do anything for me as they are now. It's purely cosmetic. However, we can put on clothing attachments. So let's come over and just use one of these C vendors. Let's see, okay, they're just all armor attachments, which both armor attachments and clothing attachments can be found under the miscellaneous category. So here's armor and here's clothing. Let's see if we can't find any clothing attachments for these gloves. Here we go, we got some here. So we'll just go through. Clothing attachments look like this. Armor attachments look like flat armor panels. So let's go back to clothing and let's see what we have on this vendor. So this one, clothing attachments, all they do are they provide a socketed piece of clothing, in this case, with some sort of stat mod or stat bonus. So this particular one, for 110,000 credits, has thrown weapon speed 11 on it. So let's see what else we have. Foraging 24 for 500,000. That's pretty good. Fire resistance 4 for 4,000. Carbine accuracy 5. Thrown weapon speed. Light lightning cannon speed. Clothing experimentation. Thrown weapon speed again. And weapon repair. Nothing that, unless you're using carbines or light lightning rifles, nothing really handy. Let's see if we can find anything for either unarmed combat. Here's defense versus posture change up. It's not really that great for melee. Berserk, +6. Volley fire bonus. Food assembly, +25. Now that's actually the reason this particular one is so expensive. It's almost 1,000,000 credits. It's probably the perfect time to mention this. These, you can only get a total or a maximum of a 25-point bonus to any particular stat from C's. So that's any combination of them. So if you have, I'm trying to think of a good example for this. Takora actually would be able to demonstrate this better than me because she has a lot of entertainer skill mods. Let me see if I have, let's see, unarmed speed, melee defense, wound treatment. Alright, so here, this is a good example. My boots right now have a melee defense of +3. My chest piece has a melee defense of +6. So that's going to give me a total, just those two pieces, I might have more, of, no, I guess I don't. So this should give me a +9. So if I open up my skill window, or my skill trees, under my skill mods, let's go down to melee defense. And I'm hoping this is going to be right. Plus 62, plus 71. I'm getting melee defense from somewhere else. But basically, from these two, from the boots and the chest piece, I'm getting plus 9 melee defense out of this. And that 9 is coming from armor attachments. And that is where the 25-point cap is going to come from. So this right here, this particular clothing attachment has a food assembly of plus 25, which means if you buy this clothing attachment, you do not need to buy any other food assembly clothing attachments, because this one is giving you your maximum bonus right away. Let's see if we have anything else. A lot of clothing attachments. Poison resistance, combat bleeding, droid customization, pistol accuracy, carbine accuracy, defense versus knockdown. That'd be pretty good. 40,000 though for 2. Grenade experimentation, medical foraging. Let's just find something cheap and basic. Carbine accuracy. Oh wow, this one's got a lot. Medical foraging 22. Foraging 20, defense versus stun for 1,000,000. That's pretty good. Alright, I'm going to sort these by price, because I'm really just looking for something cheap right now. Oh, wow, what is this? Rescue 25. Wow. Camouflage 11. Now, I believe... Yeah, see, they have both sides of this, the South Cornet Mall have attachments. You just kind of have to do some shopping real quick. Alright, here we go. We have some cheap ones. Perfect! Clothing experimentation plus 2. Rifle accuracy while moving 2. We'll go with that one. 2,000 credits. I'm gonna buy it. And what else? You know what, I'm going to get both of these also, just to prove, to demonstrate something. Fire Resistance 3 and Fire Resistance 8. Perfect. Okay, so now, let me open my inventory. And, Stridurking, if you happen to watch this video, I will answer you as soon as I'm done. Alright, so if I click on the gloves, you see sockets available 4. Well, I have these 3 clothing attachments now. Rifle accuracy while moving 2. Fire resistance 3, fire resistance 8. Let's say I want this rifle accuracy while moving on there. All I have to do is click and drag the clothing attachment onto the gloves. You'll see it disappears from here, and now when I click on my gloves, sockets available is down to 3, and it now has skill mods, rifle accuracy while moving 2. That's all it is. That's all you have to do. Now these gloves, whenever you equip them, your rifle accuracy while moving will go up by 2, and we can watch that. Right now, if I go down to R, you see I don't think I even have, oh here we go, RIL and RODIS. I just have the languages and range defense. So rifle accuracy while moving isn't even in my skill window. But if I equip these gloves, hey Chor, hold on. Now, rifle accuracy while moving, you see +0 /+2, which means the +0 is from my own skill mods, like my character, from the skills that I have, and the +2 is coming from my gear. So, that is how you can tell from where your, your maximum skill mods are. They're in your skill window. Now, say you have 2 skill tapes with the same attribute on them. If I take this fire resistance 8 and add those to the gloves now, the sockets available go down to 2, you still have the rifle accuracy, and you now have fire resistance 8. Well, even though there are 2 sockets available, if I take this other clothing attachment, since it has fire resistance 3, since the gloves already have a fire resistance 8 tape on there, when I put that 3 on there, unfortunately, and I don't know if this is a bug or if this is how the game is designed, that extra skill tape does take up a socket, but you do not get the added bonus of it. You see, it still said fire resistance 8, and let me see. Fire resistance plus 13. I should have looked and seen what that was beforehand, but I'm going to guess I probably have a fire resistance 5 on some other gear, and that 13 is coming from the 8 plus that 5. So skill tapes do not stack on the same piece of gear. If you have 2 tapes with the same stat mod on it, or skill mod on it, you need to distribute them amongst other pieces of gear. Alright? Skill mods drop from, or skill tapes drop from pretty much any NPC, any humanoid NPC. So if you're out doing like faction missions or solo missions on Dantooine, killing like Janta and Kunga shamans, that's where you're gonna find them. That is really all I can think of. You need to know the 25-point cap. It's very important for, say, doctors to have plus 25 wound treatment and plus 25 injury the injury treatment is for healing damage, but for buffing, you definitely need the wound treatment. And I'll mention that eventually when I get around to doing a doctor guide. The only other thing I guess I can mention in this video is that bioengineers can actually make clothing. See, this vendor's out of stock. Yeah. Bioengineers can actually make clothing that, instead of having sockets on them, already have skill mods already on it. So for example, this Wookiee Sage's hood, not only does it have wound healing for both music and dance, already capped at 25, but it still has 4 sockets available. So this is a little something that bioengineers can do to give players a better customization of their stats through clothing. Here we go. This would actually be good for a Wookiee Doctor. Wookiee Doctor's helm. You have your wound treatment and injury treatment right there, plus 4 sockets to add even more skill mods to that. That's awesome. I might have to find something like that for myself. Taming wild creatures. These would be great pants for a creature handler. Very cool. So, alright guys, I hope this video helped. Come on down to the South Coronet Mall, where you can find all of the skill tapes that you need. Right? I'm not getting paid to say that. But, alright guys, thanks for watching again, and I will see you guys in-game.